Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're talking about the Fujifilm X100F with the conversion lenses. So this video is mostly about how convenient the conversion lenses are and what style you can achieve with it. A little side note, I won't go into technical details too much. There are a lot of good blogs who do pixel peeping and talk about the measurements and so on. If you're not familiar with the Fujifilm X100F, I just recently did a video about this camera, so maybe you can watch this first to get a better understanding. Let's start with the focal length. These two conversion lenses add a 50mm to your setup and a 28mm to your setup. So this is like a perfect street photography setup. With the 50mm you can basically see what you shoot. It allows you to capture interesting moments as soon as they are happening. Also, this lens requires that you don't have to get too close to your subject, which makes it easier for beginners who are into street photography. So the 35mm is an awesome choice between 50mm and 28mm, and for me it's one of my favorite lenses. The 35mm allows you to put your subject into a broader context of your environment, which is awesome for traveling and street photography. With this lens you can capture a lot of details in your image, and you also put your subject into a broader context. You will definitely get a unique perspective out of this small little lens. So the optical quality of this lens is very Fuji-like. It really astonished me what you can achieve with these small lenses, but the only thing I noticed is when you get too close, the image gets a little bit softer. Those are the Mark II version of the lenses, and the difference between the Mark I and the Mark II version is that there is a little magnet here attached, and if you attach the lens to your camera, Fujifilm the X100F will automatically notice this and will switch the modes to your conversion lens. And with the old lenses, with the Mark Is, they didn't have this feature, so you always had to go into your settings and switch to your conversion lens. The build quality of those lenses is like very solid, but like the camera, the lenses are not weather sealed, but they are very robust. So let's get to the kind of conclusion. So for my travel I had some mixed feeling. So I immediately loved the X100F because of its compactness and lightness, and with those lenses it gets a little bit bulkier and bigger and a little bit heavier too. So with the 28mm it's not such a problem because it's like still a very small lens, but when you attach the 50mm lens, the camera gets very big and heavy. It's like very annoying to like unscrew the lenses all the time, and sometimes it's a little bit fiddly to get it on, so that doesn't make much fun. And when I was traveling in Tokyo I had like so the first day I was really like hooked up on the lenses, like unscrewing, screwing, and like tried to get different shots, but like after a couple of days it really annoyed me and I just left them back at home in the hotel. At the end of the trip I mostly ended up shooting with the 35mm field of view. So for me that was just the most convenient and especially the most fun, because this camera is for me always about fun and I enjoy using it so much. And basically if the Fujifilm X100F is your only camera, those lenses are like a very good addition to this camera. You get amazing image quality, you can shoot a variety of subjects, especially with the 28mm, you can use it for landscape. So yeah, if this is your only camera, you should totally get those conversion lenses. They add a lot of value to this camera and they're not that expensive too. So you can shoot a variety of subjects, portraits with the 50mm, landscapes with the 28mm. You have a very versatile lens with the 35mm, so you can do a variety of things, and that is like pretty good. For me this camera is just like an addition, and for my professional work I use the Fujifilm X-T3 with different lenses, and so I probably mostly stick here with the 35mm lens, and maybe sometimes I will use the conversion lenses, but I will doubt it that I will use them too often. I hope you liked what you've seen. Leave a comment and please subscribe, and also if you want to see more photos, follow my Instagram at Perkles, and see you next time.